Well, this is a hot one. The battle for immigration reform is reaching a fever pitch right now in Arizona. Protesters are pouring into the state's capital, in some cases chaining themselves to the building, as you see here. They are calling for a new immigration bill. They are calling, I should say, a new immigration bill that has been approved by the state Senate unconstitutional. This bill would make it a state crime to be in the country illegally. And the pressure is mounting now on Governor Jan Brewer. She has been on this show. She has been very outspoken about the huge violence problem on her border. She has until Saturday to either sign this bill or veto it. Emotions are running very high surrounding this issue in this country. And now several Latino leaders, like Illinois Democrat Congressman Luis Gutierrez, are fired up. Gutierrez wrote a very lengthy op-ed, and in it, he said that this bill makes it open season on Latinos. He is calling on President Obama to make it very clear that federal policy will overrule all state laws, just in case this law is passed. He wants that kind of protection. Or else, he says, Hispanic voters will, quote, stay home on Election Day. Let's talk about this. Mark Levine joins me, and David Webb, both radio talk show hosts. Gentlemen, welcome. Mark, I take it that you agree that this is that this law is frightening to you.
It is frightening. David and I both know dozens of people who've been stopped for driving while black or driving while Latino. That's not a crime right now, but this law, if it were constitutional, and it's not, but if it were constitutional, it would make that a crime. Imagine having a Spanish surname, being a third-generation American citizen, or maybe a naturalized immigrant who's got an accent. They could be stopped on the street. Try leaving your house without your wallet for a walk around the block, and looking Latino, you could be stopped by the police. It's a very scary law.
David, is he right?
No, he's not. And actually, what he hasn't done is read the legislation by his previous statement. The legislation states that an official or agency in a lawful, already official interaction with someone can make a judgment and ask that question. So you can't just be stopped for driving or walking while Latino. And by the way, this is not just about Latinos. This law doesn't say for Latinos only. It says for illegal aliens.
There's a reason why the police are strongly against this bill in Arizona. They know it'll make it a lot harder to prosecute crimes. Let's say you've got someone who kills or rapes a family member, and there's a witness who's an illegal immigrant. You think that illegal immigrant will come forward and help you solve the crime? Not a chance.
Mark, let me ask you this. What do you suggest? What would be the best thing to do to get illegals out of Arizona? Let's start there. What's the best way?
All right, let's start punishing employers, sanction employers. They come because of the demand for work. Let's make sure that employers pay hefty fines, maybe even go to jail for knowingly hiring illegal immigrants. Then they won't come across the border.
All right, David, final thought?
Well, a final thought on that is Secretary Napolitano actually suspended those raids on employers. So the states on the border have a huge problem on their hands. They have to do something. Their issues are on the ground in the states. Federal government's not doing it. And frankly, they're afraid that the federal government will either implement amnesty or do nothing. Both are unsustainable facts.